Thank you for joining me. Today's tutorial is going to be ice cream mochi. It was my first request. So here we are. I have strawberry, green tea, and chocolate here. The tutorial is going to be doing a white mochi, and it's very, very easy. I will do a written tutorial. I'm starting out with the vanilla mochi, and then in the next couple of days I'll be adding the color combinations. I just want to get the mixtures for the ice cream and the outside mochi right before adding all the colors. The vanilla will be available today in the description area below. So there's going to be a couple things in this tutorial. I'm going to be doing a vanilla ice cream mochi, and then at the very end I'm going to be discussing white and lint, just because I meant to discuss it before and forgot on another tutorial. But the mixture for the ice cream for vanilla mochi is actually half Primo translucent and half Sculpey 3 white. Usually I use the Primo white, and the only time I use Sculpey 3 is when I can mix it with translucent to strengthen it. The Sculpey 3 for some reason cracks on me when I'm trying to put in metal after it's baked. So I have the half translucent, half white. I roll it in a ball. And this is our ice cream. So I'll put that aside for a second, and then I conditioned some translucent Primo, and the ball is usually a little smaller than the ice cream mochi ball, but it doesn't have to be too much smaller. On mochi I like to be able to see that nice rice dough. So here we go. So I wrap the flattened circle that I made around my ball. I make the ends meet, and then I'll pinch any excess and trim it off. I pinch the excess, trim it off. And you just want to make sure that none of the white is showing wherever there's any seams. From here, I'll roll it into a ball again in my hands. So here is my little ice cream mochi. Now what we're going to do is take some TLS. I put a little plain TLS in a pile. I go around in my fingers with a circle, and then I roll the ball around in it to get it nice and sticky. And then I take some extra fine clear glitter. I like it clear. No other colors, and not the iridescent that has shiny sparkles, but clear clear. Clear clear gives you a nice soft look, and the iridescent looks a little bit more plasticky, where this just looks soft. So here is our ice cream mochi ball. And to give it the nice mochi shape that you're used to, I flatten it with an index finger and I go around in a circle. So there's our little ice cream mochi. I'm going to wipe my fingers off real quick. And this is the handy tip for keeping your whites, is baby wipes. I use the Kirkland brand because it doesn't have the added fragrances, and it usually doesn't leave lint on my hands. Some of the other brands do, but the Kirkland baby wipes is great, and I let my hands air dry. This is just getting the TLC off so we don't mess up our little cute mochi. So you'll want to take a step to do that. Then I take a heart-shaped cookie cutter. It looks cute on the pointy end, and it looks cute on the heart shape end. I usually do the heart shape end for mine. I just want to let you know it's cute on both sides, and then I take that out. And I want to show you this. If you notice, you get, I'm trying to get into focus here, but you get the pretty mochi rice dough color, and you get the ice cream in the center. Now the other thing I try to do to make this a little bit more realistic is after baking our mochi, I bake that first, while it's baking, I take a few pinches of the ice cream color for whichever one you're working on. But I take a few pinches of that and I put it into the TLS. And I start mashing it and stirring it around. I've already done this, and as you can see, it will get completely smooth eventually. You have to kind of mash it and then stir it. So from here, you want to take something like a toothpick. I just didn't grab one. And you're going to take this liquid part, and after it bakes, you could paint it on. And this is to make the ice cream look kind of melty. So you're going to want your ice cream smooth. You don't have to paint completely up. It is the same color as the color underneath. But you could decide if you want any dripping down on the bottom. But I find that that adds to the actual melty ice cream look. I don't know if you can see this here. So after you bake your mochi a second time, the first time was after the bite, the second time is after you add your little bit of liquid ice cream here. So after you do that, I varnish just the ice cream portion with a gloss glaze. Let's see, there's like a little ice cream dripping at the bottom there. That one had some dripping out too. So there's my ice cream mochi. Okay, so now I want to talk about lint for a minute. So basically, whenever you're working with white, anytime you touch anything, whether it's before working with the white, whether it's after working with the white, no matter what it is that you touch, you always end up picking up little pieces of dust floating around in the air. My whole family knows the term lint is the enemy, which means when they're asking me for random things, like they can't get up and move 5 feet to go to the kitchen and grab a glass of water, they ask me and I say, I'm working with white. Lint is the enemy, and they know that they better go get their own water. But something that you can do is keep a scrap piece of white clay around, and if you have to put your white clay down for any reason between working, when you come back to it after you've washed your hands and let them air dry or baby wipe them, just to be extra sure, you can start rolling the scrap white clay in your hands, and it's going to be picking up a lot of that lint. That is my best trick for doing that, for getting rid of the lint. So it's just going around in circles and trying to coat all of your fingers and hands, and it does pick up a lot of the lint. Oh, there we go. So you see that little tiny piece of lint in there. Another thing you can do is if the lint is on the very, very surface, if you don't have a glittered surface like this, but you just have a regular white surface, something that you can do is actually use like the safety pin that I had out. You can use a safety pin and you can pick it off when it's dry, and otherwise you could sand it off. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, bye.